Hi lovelies, welcome to Managing My Money with Rosa. Today I am going to stuff $610 into my cash funds and a couple of sinking funds, not too many. If you're new here, thanks so much for stopping by. I'd really appreciate if you would take a second and hit subscribe down below. My channel is all about my budget, my personal budget, my debt, my investing. I do some dividend stuff, so it's all about that. If any of that sounds of interest to you, please take a second, hit subscribe. If you are a subscriber, thank you. I appreciate so much that you are willing to spend a little bit more of your time with me. Thank you. Everybody, please take a second, hit that thumbs up button, help me get into the mix a little bit more. I am trying really hard to get to 500 subscribers, and I'd really like if you could help me out by hitting that like button. Thank you. All right, let's get started. So this $610 is my husband's second check for the month, and the majority of it goes into our cash envelopes, and then it goes into a couple of recurring sinking funds, and then a couple of sinking funds typically. Things are getting changed up a little bit. I'm trying to get some debt paid down. We recently bought a new vehicle. Because of that, our debt's increased, so I'm changing up how money's getting stuffed just a little. Not too much though. All right, so let's get started. Fast food always gets $100. We typically go through that 100, sometimes a little faster than others. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So fast food is gonna get 200. Oh, sweet, there's some money in here. We're gonna do something with this in a little while. So there's what, $19 still in there? Woohoo! We'll come back to this in just a little bit. So we're gonna put our $200 into fast food. Now, I do not use trackers for my cash envelopes. I probably should, but I don't. So it just goes in, it gets spent when it gets spent. Up next is gas. Gas is specifically for my vehicle, not for my husband's. That comes out of money that we set aside specifically for him, but I like to budget $50 every 2 weeks for me. Now, I am a teacher, so summer's coming. We just finished up school, but I do have a couple of things that I have to go out to one of the universities I work with, so I will have to use some gas money, but really this is a stash up as much money for gas as I possibly can, so when school gets back in session, I have gas money, because I don't know about where you live, but where I live, gas prices are outrageous. All right, so let's see what's in here. 50, 60, 70, 80, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89. Now I do know that I have $35 or $36 of this that's gonna have to go pay the credit card. I use my credit card to earn money. Goes for Christmas. And because of that, I swipe the card and then I pull things out of my envelopes and I pay it off every month. I try to never get behind on it. Up next is groceries. Now we put $200 into groceries every 2 weeks. Sometimes it's enough, sometimes it's not. We are a family of 3. My husband has food allergies, so because of that, we have to be pretty particular on some of the things we get. So sometimes I use this and then have to go rifle through some envelopes and pull because, well, we need more grocery money because he has to have a special diet. So we have 100, 200, 220, 240, 241, 242, 242, 243, 244. So very nice going into the next 2 weeks. My youngest gets an allowance. It is little. It is just $10. Now, he and we giggled the other day. I know there's way too much money in here. I have not taken it out, sorted it, and given it to him. He basically, every $30, he puts 10 into savings, 10 into investing, and 10 into spending. So we giggle that 20 investing, 20 spending, and 20 savings. So right now he's got an extra 10 in here, but it'll get divvied out when it gets divvied out. I just know that that's how it all gets done, is in 2/3 by 10s. Up next are paper products. I try to keep paper products out of my grocery bill. My husband, when we first got married, always would say when I go grocery shopping, "Hey baby, how much did you get in groceries?" And I tell him the magic number and I say, "But that includes this, this, and this." He goes, "No, Rosa, how much did you get just in groceries?" So because of that, I've started to change up how I do this, and I set money aside specifically for paper products so that I know when I go grocery shopping, all I get are groceries. I bulk buy all of my paper goods. It really helps me out because I grab my folder and I go shopping. So right now, 20, 40, 60, 80, 85, 90. I know I have $90 to go shopping to get my paper products. Probably need to look around the house because this much money says it's about time. This is typically what I spend, and then I don't do it for another 2 months. It's fantastic. But keeping it separate from my groceries helps make sure that my grocery bill truly is groceries. All right, up next is pet. We have a cute little Chihuahua. She doesn't cost a lot. Because of that, we only put $10 in. Now, mind you, my husband also has an addiction to feeding the birds, so some of this will go to the birds. So 20, 40, 50, 60, $65. That's a lot in here. I need to look and see about bird feed. He doesn't tell me until he's out that he needs it, so I need to check to see where we're at on bird feed. Up next is my RV. We take $100 of every one of his checks and put it towards the RV. When I get to $200 in here, I go to the bank and pay it. That's how I know how to pay the RV. Up next, I get a little bit of spending cash. It's not a whole lot, but at the same time, I really don't spend a whole lot on myself. I've come to realize recently, I don't know about you, but I spend a lot more money on all kinds of things that I ever realized I did because I started tracking exactly what I'm spending. And I think that's what curbs my need to go spend money on myself. So I'm gonna put 20 more in. There is 30 in here, so that gives me $50. Woohoo! All right. Up next are toiletries. Toiletries, just like paper products, I try really hard not to buy them when I'm grocery shopping. And that again is because I want groceries. I want that $200 to truly be groceries, not other things. I often do my paper products and my toiletries at the same time. Sometimes I'll keep them separate, but sometimes I do them at the same time. It just depends on what we need. 20, 30, 40, 45, 46. I don't think we really need anything yet, but I'll definitely look around the house soon. And those are all of my cash envelopes that get stuffed. Now, if you're wondering about my cash envelopes, I actually made my cash envelopes. There is a link down below. Please go check it out if you'd like to make your own. It cost me about $5 and a little bit more. Didn't have to buy anything. If you do buy somebody's, I strongly suggest you save up because you never want to go into debt to buy cute envelopes. Speaking of cute envelopes, so the Budget Mom has some free envelopes that you can get from her. Now, the catch is you have to print them. So they really weren't free because I had to pay for cardstock, I had to pay for ink, I had to pay for tape to seal them shut. So keep that in mind too, that if you buy somebody's PDF that's pretty cheap, and you're still gonna have to pay for ink and paper for them. So keep that in mind too, and just take that into account when you think about expenses for sinking fund envelopes. All right, so sorry about that. We're gonna back up to debt pay down. I am trying really hard to get some of my debt paid down. Most specifically, I am looking right now at the RV. Really want to pay that off as fast as we possibly can. Today, and we're gonna add $5. Now, right now it's empty, and that's because I was able to make a $1,000 payment on the RV. Last time I made a payment, yay! Couldn't believe it. That was a once in a who knows how long time, but we want to get that RV paid down, so we are intentionally stuffing this every month. This is a recurring sinking fund that I put money into every month now. Up next are family birthdays, one of those cute Budget Mom envelopes that I got for free, but I still had to pay for ink, so I guess it really wasn't free. We're gonna add $25. It is another recurring sinking fund that always gets $25 from one of my husband's checks, because I've come to realize that there are 6 of us in our family. We all typically get $100 for our birthday. That's $600. If I take $25 from every one of his checks, then you know what? I've taken care of that $600, and I didn't have to figure out where it was coming from when it's birthday month. And we have a birthday in March, April, May, and June. Oh, they all come at us really fast. So being able to come here and pull out that $100 is amazing as we get ready to pull out our next 100. It's already in here. I don't even have to worry about it. All right, so I need to pick up 25 more. 25. So 100, 120, 140, 160, 180, 185. That matches. And this is a way to make sure that I always have birthday money ready to go. All right, let's stick that back here. Up next, I have an in-house savings. This goes to the bank eventually. Typically when it gets to about 100, a little bit over, I will take the money from here and go drop it into savings. But it kind of sits and accumulates. We always add either 10 or 15. I've started to up it. Now we're gonna add 15. 90, 100. Oh, sweet. That'll give me $100 in here. And I've started to up it because, well, my husband would like for there to be more in savings. My husband and I have different spending philosophies, I guess you could say. He's a spender, I'm a saver, so the compromise is I'll put a little bit more in here. He can see it. All works well. All right, so there should be $100. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 95, $100. Yay! Probably gonna put this in the bank pretty soon, but we will see. All right, and up next is my last recurring sinking fund. So every month I put money into tag renewal. Every paycheck I put money into tag renewal. If you have something that you know is going to come due every month, I strongly suggest that you start a sinking fund for it, because I don't know about you, but I have 4 vehicles to tag. I now have 5. I have my car, my husband's truck, my daughter's car, we have an RV, and then we kept a car that I recently got in an accident to, and we're going to keep it, and we're going to keep it tagged and insured, because when our youngest turns 16, it's going to become his car. So right now I have 5 tags. That's a lot of tags at roughly $30, $40 a piece. My husband's truck is a little bit more expensive because it's a truck. Guys, I don't know that I could have come up with $300 just poof out of my budget. By saving $10 to $15 every month, guys, I don't have to worry about it. I know that when it comes time for tags, I have it. It's the most amazing thing ever. So if you know you have a recurring fund or a recurring bill that's going to happen every year, guys, stash a little bit away every month, and guess what? It pays for itself really quickly. It's the most amazing thing. All right, so this will give me $47 in here. 20, 30, 40, 45, 46, 47. Score. What did I pay last time for tags? I paid roughly $200 for tags. And with a 4th vehicle, guys, I need to pay, I'm going to have more than that. What did I pay? Yeah, $213 is what I paid for tags. So it's nice to know that I'm going to have that in here, yay, and not have to worry, where is it all coming from? All right, up next. So like I said, I've changed where my money is going. I'm trying really hard to fill a couple of savings challenge envelopes that are really important to me. So because of that, I'm not doing a lot in all of my sinking funds. It's kind of sad. I have way too many sinking funds to start with. I know that, but I'm not doing anything much with any of them that are not recurring sinking funds. But I am putting a little bit every month into my savings challenge. So I should have, $25 left. I have a lot of sinking funds, or a lot of savings challenges, so many that I had to bring it down a little and really focus specifically on 2. I have one that I'm calling my $1 savings challenge. It is the 52 week where you save $1 every month or every week, and it continues to grow. And I am going to put $10 into it. It is for Christmas, and I really want to make sure I have that funded by November is the goal. And then my next one is to save 2022 and 2022. And again, this is for my 1 month ahead fund. I really want this funded. Right now there's only roughly $1,000 in my 1 month ahead. This extra $2,000 would give me $3,000 in my 1 month ahead. Oh, I can't even begin to, I don't think I've ever had a 1 month ahead. And to do that would just be wonderfully amazing. All right, let's put this in here. So that is my husband's $610 that goes out of his check into all of these things. Now, the reason I did not put my savings challenge envelope away is because, remember that extra fast food money we had? It's going to go into my savings challenges as well. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go put $11 into my Save 2022 and 2022. So we'll put a 10 and a 1 in here. We're going to put $5 into my Christmas challenge, because again, I really want to fund my Christmas challenge. And then I also have an emergency challenge, which is my nickel challenge. It's kind of like the emergency, or it's kind of like the 52 week, except this, you're supposed to put a nickel in every day and it increases. I'm not doing it the way you're supposed to do it in order, but that's okay because I'm working on it. This nickel challenge will help me build roughly a $3,000 emergency fund. It's just going to be separate from my 1 month ahead. So I'm going to put these $3 into here. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how I have stuffed my husband's $610 not paycheck. He got paid a little bit more than that, but that's how I stuff my $610, making sure I have all of my cash funds ready to go, full and ready for spending for the next 2 weeks. I set a little aside for savings challenges, and then I hit those most important sinking funds that are recurring for me. If you have any questions, please drop them down into the comments below. I'd love to answer them. If you've enjoyed my video and you haven't already, please take a second, smash that thumbs up button. I'd really appreciate it. I hope you have a great day. Bye, guys.